All right, so look, we got another scary comp from Fearsome Top 5, top 7 scary ghost videos that are unexplainably terrifying. Okay, now I usually have my rosary, but I don't remember where I put it. I swear I packed it, but I don't think I have it on me. We gonna be blessed regardless, though. So yeah, let's just get into this. Visual link down below.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we're diving into 7 unexplainably scary ghost videos. Number 1. A man named Abel was on the job installing Wi-Fi in an older house built in 1954. He was completely alone. No homeowners, no coworkers, just him in the quiet stillness of the empty home. But as he worked in one of the rooms, a faint whisper broke the silence. A chill ran down his spine. Quickly, he reached for his phone to record. Later on, he showed the video to his wife Destiny, who posted it to TikTok looking for answers.
What the hell? It was crazy. I swear to God, I was about to say, look, I shouldn't be too freaked out. You see, it's daytime where I'm at right now, so it's like, right? But no, I would still, I'm still probably gonna get freaked out by the halfway point of this video. Hold on. Ooh, if a head pops out, bro.
As the video began,
Nah, that's
a eerie,
freaky.
disembodied moan echoed through the room.
Stop replaying it.
There was no one else inside, yet the sound seemed to come from right beside him. He turned his camera around to record his surroundings, and soon this voice can be heard again saying help.
Nah, bro. That is insane.
The look on his face says it all, as he was genuinely terrified. Yet somehow he managed to stick it out and finish the job before absolutely sprinting to his car.
Well, I'm about to say he's way better than me. I would have been out of there.
A woman named
As soon as I heard that.
TikTok is a new mom that often posts videos of her everyday life, most of them being of her adorable child. One day while she and her husband were playing with their son, she set up her phone to record what she thought would be a happy memory. But what happened next made her stomach drop. As her son played on the slide, he suddenly froze, appearing to see something. His eyes were locked in place, almost as if someone else was.
Nah, yeah, he saw
His smile
something,
quickly
yo.
faded as all of his attention was now on whatever was.
No,
lurking
that
near
is
them.
scary.
Allie told him to stop doing that, which sounds like he might often be seeing things.
Right, I was just thinking the
Whatever
same
he's
thing.
seeing, I wouldn't question it, and I would immediately get my ass out of
Boy, who you telling?
there. Number 3. A
Bro.
woman named Rose received the devastating news that her uncle tragically took his own life. She couldn't help but break down in tears. Sometime later, after managing to catch her breath and calm herself down, she FaceTimed her husband to talk. While on the phone, he began to notice something bizarre happening behind her. He decided
What?
to start recording his screen, and what happened next is downright chilling.
Bro, what the hell? Oh, nah. Yo. Well, and he's laughing, bro. Like, and she's just chill still. Like, get out of there.
behind Rose, a handful of her hair mysteriously lifted into the air, almost as if someone had picked it up. This terrifying moment immediately.
I mean, how
made her
close are
eyes
you to
wide.
your uncle to where like you'd be straight? Like, I don't know. Why would he do
She
that?
could sense
Even
that
when he's
someone or something was right behind her. She whipped her head around, fully expecting someone to be there, but the room was empty. Her husband couldn't believe his eyes, and his jaw hit the floor as he was shocked at what he was seeing. They continued their call when something once again started moving her hair. These terrifying moments left her uneasy and unsure what to think. Was this a ghost? Was it
Yes.
possibly her uncle? And
Hell
could
no.
this have been his way of communicating?
Yeah, grabbing my hair
Number 4.
to talk to me. Wow,
Paranormal
like you've done it
investigators
before.
Jeff and Mark often set out to explore supposedly haunted locations in search of proof of the paranormal. For one investigation, the guys had their sights set on exploring old World War II bunkers and tunnels. They arranged to stay nearby at a place known as the Smuggler's House for the 3 days it would take to film the episode.
That's gonna
The
be
first night in
good.
the house was uneventful, but that very next morning, things took an eerie turn. The sound of doors closing filled the house, along with the unsettling sound of footsteps walking from room to room. Funny enough, the house they chose to stay at for another investigation now became an investigation of its own. Jeff set up his equipment in the living room, hoping to make contact with any
Oh, I think I've
nearby
seen these dudes
spirits.
before.
And soon enough, he got exactly what he was waiting for.
Can you move around? Make some. F***ing hell. Whoa. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what happened there. There was walking on the floor above, and then the tripwire activated. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Huh. Not really the scariest, but still kind of freaky, you know?
Walking comes from above me, and then the tripwire activates, and I feel static go through my arms. Can you move around? Make some. F***ing hell. Whoa.
The sound of walking upstairs immediately caught his attention, and eerily
Yeah,
enough,
bro.
seemed to be
That's
a direct
eerie.
response to him asking, "Can you move around?" Jeff continued asking questions, and soon enough received another response.
Is it possible you can do one last thing for me? Maybe move something? Or just make a loud noise just so I know where you are? Jesus Christ. The handle moved on that door. Is it possible you can do one last thing for me? Maybe move something? Or just make a loud noise just so I know where you are? Or just make a loud noise just so I know where you are?
Immediately after asking if the spirit could make a loud noise, the handle on the door to his left eerily moved. Jeff ended his session in the living room and headed towards the dining room with Mark for their final session of the night.
There's more?
The guys sat around a table and took time to explain how each of their devices worked to the spirits. But as they then sat in silence, the sound of someone above them was caught.
Is it possible you can come into this room?
There's real loud banging coming from upstairs.
Is it possible you can come into this room?
There's real loud banging coming from upstairs.
The sound of banging or possibly someone walking can be heard directly above them. They went on asking questions before eventually stepping outside to take a break. The static cameras in the house continued rolling and managed to catch this.
That's it? I thought they called it like a figure or something, bro.
The sound of creaking floorboards filled the house, sounding as if someone was walking around. Shortly after this was caught, the guys made their way back inside to pick up where they left off, and it didn't take long for something to make its presence known.
What? The tripwire's just gone off in front of the living room door. I heard someone walking.
The tripwire activates just outside the ground floor living room door, and at the same time I hear someone call my name, not once but twice, saying Jeff. Here is the enhanced audio.
What? The tripwire's just gone off in front of the living room door.
So I've got three things happening there. I heard a voice,
The tripwire went off.
tripwire. I definitely heard someone saying my name, Jeff, with my own ears, and I'm just hoping it's been picked up on the
That's
digital
crazy.
audio. And then the GoPro turns
I
itself
don't-
off. And I did ask to do something before we finish.
And I heard somebody, it sounded like they were walking up the hallway, and then the light went off in front of the living room door.
Bro, honestly, like, I don't know what that means. If a ghost that you've never encountered with until like the night of starts calling your name, like, what does that mean? Does that mean like they're gonna start becoming attached to you or what, bro? Because I don't want to play around with any of that, honestly.
Door.
That sounds insane to me.
The unsettling sound of a man's voice calling out Jeff directly was caught. Not once but twice, this chilling voice whispered his name loud enough for him to hear it with his own ears. This haunting voice was unmistakable and happened to be the last bit of activity that was caught for the night. What was only meant to be a place to sleep surprisingly turned into a brilliant investigation, proving that no matter where you are, paranormal forces could possibly be present. Number 5.
Bro.
Over on a TikTok account called JustinDowney0428, a video was uploaded that caught my attention. According to Justin, his grandmother who lives in Ohio was startled by something unusual captured on her Ring camera late one night. The night was calm when suddenly a pale figure emerged from the darkness. This eerie silhouette seemed to manifest out of nowhere, having somewhat of a glow. It quickly traveled to the right, disappearing just as fast as it came. Justin has no idea what this could be, but whatever it is, it's freaking me out.
Bro, see, this is what I've been trying to tell people about wandering spirits, bro. Wandering spirits sometimes are more dangerous, at least in my eyes, than like spirits that are bound, because guess what? They can come to any place at any time and just start haunting it. For real. We're moving. I told my mom straight up, like, if you hear somebody knocking on the door, check to see if there's actually somebody outside. Because if you open that door and there's nobody out there, then you just let everything just come in. I'll just keep it in the buck, bro.
6. In 2022, a woman named Tasha moved into an old farmhouse with her husband and kids. The family was ecstatic to have a new place to call their own. But shortly after settling in, things took a creepy turn. The eerie sound of movement filled the house late into the night, and members of the family would often catch a glimpse of objects getting moved by an unseen force. Tasha tried her best to catch these encounters on camera, and occasionally she succeeded.
See, and you think I'm crazy. The first time I'm here by myself, there's a picture on the floor, and it just...
Oh, nah.
Tasha started recording after a framed photo fell to the floor. But as she stepped closer, the door to the living room hauntingly opened on its own, then aggressively slammed shut. The way this door closed was very intentional, with a great deal of force behind it. But clearly with no one around besides Tasha, how was this possible? A week later, as Tasha laid in bed, a notification from her doorbell camera lit up her phone. The sound of footsteps making contact with the snow can be heard, followed by a ghostly voice which could possibly be saying, "Leave them alone."
That's crazy.
As time went on, the activity only seemed to grow stronger, and late into the night is often when Tasha would hear movement throughout the house.
Nah, that is freaky.
Kept Tasha awake, worried that someone or something was close by. When morning would roll around, Tasha would make her way to the kitchen, only to find this.
Okay, every single morning, these are on the floor. Every single morning. So I'm gonna hook up my computer and see if I catch anything tonight. Maybe it's just rodents, but we're gonna find out.
Wow, that's crazy. So they're tucked in right there. And they somehow just get thrown on the floor. Nah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no, that's a demon.
On the counter unnervingly
That's a demon.
seemingly without a cause, only to later get pushed to the floor by an unseen force. These bone-chilling events became a common occurrence in their daily lives. Meanwhile, after one day of this crap, I would have shown up with a fire hose full of holy water.
I'm weak.
Number 7.
No, you telling the...
Over on the Ghost Theory YouTube channel, paranormal investigators Elliot and Joe ventured out into the forest in search of an abandoned farmhouse. With a flashlight in hand, they scoured around the outside of the building until eventually finding a way inside. After finding a way in, they curiously explored from room to room. They eventually found themselves upstairs, where they set up a few of their devices. And not long after, an unsettling sound caught their attention.
Let's call out who we are first and all that.
Hello, my name is Elliot.
Mine isn't. That was a bang.
What the hell was that? They didn't hear that? And why did it sound like that?
Sorry, what? What was that?
They did hear it.
I thought maybe it was the door. It's not.
There is movement.
I thought it may be that sweet oak.
You are kidding me. Temperature change again.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Did you hear that then?
Like.
I heard, yeah, and then...
An incredibly strange ghostly moan came from somewhere in the house, sounding hauntingly close to Elliot and Joe. After spending a bit more time upstairs, the guys headed down to the first floor where this activity continued.
Can you copy this noise?
No. No way, bro.
Hello?
After Elliot asked, "Can you copy this noise?" he seemed
Bro,
to
I was
get a
almost holding my
response
breath.
that
Oh my god.
sound came from somewhere nearby.
I thought something else was gonna
The
happen.
sound was loud and clear and immediately caught them off guard. The two moved to a nearby room, somewhat expecting to find someone that caused this noise, but there was no one to be found. They eventually went back upstairs, where they noticed a bright light in the distance outside of the window. Extremely curious, they tried to get a better look, but what happened next is incredibly bizarre.
We're miles away from that road. That road's up the top of the hill and the cars are going the opposite way.
Yeah.
That's no way.
Hey, that was like somebody had a really bright torch down there.
I saw it the second time.
Get me in there. Hello? Hello? Did you shut the window? Downstairs? We came, yeah. What the
What?
What the
What?
What was that? There's a skinwalker sound. What the
Wait, I didn't see anything. I hear, like, breathing.
There's no animals here.
What do you mean?
Like, there isn't any animals here, is there?
What do you mean there's no animals here?
As in, like, it's all derelict.
There's an owl.
Is
Freaking
there?
owl, yeah.
It sounds like
What the hell is that?
something's here. Something's here. Joe, I don't like this. What the was that?
Oh, nah.
After peering out the window, a chilling animal-like screech came from the surrounding wilderness. And oddly enough, soon after, the REM pod downstairs began to go off. Elliot and Joe went back down to take a look.
Nah,
but there
that's
was no one
freaky.
around.
That's
As it
freaky
got
as hell.
later, the guys eventually decided to call it a night. But the very next
Yes.
day, they couldn't resist coming back.
Oh my god,
Once
why?
again, they set up their equipment and eagerly waited for any spikes in activity.
If you can contact us, can you answer yes by making a noise with the REM pod or just a physical noise in the building? Are we welcome here?
Can you always touch the device to answer yes? Thank you. Both as well. That was good.
Oh, cool.
Did you die in this building? Can you tell
Yes.
us then which room you died in? Did you die in the room that we are currently stood in?
No.
So strange because K2 REM pod, K2 REM pod, K2. Okay, I'm just going to ask another question just to try and rule out whether we're talking to you or not. Did you die downstairs? We'll take that as a no. So you died up here in this room?
Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's
Interesting.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to say yes as in you'll die. I meant yes as in we finally made contact with you. And that's good for us. Are you okay where you are?
Hell no. Yes.
Is it nice where you are?
No. Yes.
That's good.
Hmm.
That's different.
As they asked questions,
I don't
they
know about
received
that.
consistent
I don't know
responses
about
back
that.
from the REM pod. They eventually made their way upstairs, where they soon had one last jump scare before calling it a night.
We're listening to see if there's anything you can do to make a noise.
Can that make me jump? What was that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That properly made me. I know I'm jumpy anyway.
Oh my god, I may take a nap today.
With
I'm
activity
not
like
gonna lie to
this
you. I didn't get my sleep at all
consistently
last
happening 2 days
night.
in a row, it seems like a safe bet to say that this old abandoned farmhouse isn't as abandoned as they thought. Make sure to follow me on Instagram.
That house does look
to hear more from
ginormous,
your
though.
boy. As always, if
Is
you
that
enjoy
it?
these creepy videos, then make sure to give
That
it a
was
thumbs
it.
up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
Okay. Alright, that last bit was not, well, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was possibly like the best one because it felt more eerie, and then they apparently had just some weird freaky skinwalkers creeping outside. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I'm good on all that. I'm good on that.